Hey guys, MacBroly here. I wanted to do a new video about the new cards we are getting spoiled about Final Fantasy trading card game. We are getting some new spoils for Opus 23 that we are getting on 2nd of August, and we've been getting some new cards, and I was kinda desperate for new leagues, but as I have some little time to talk about, and I have a little bit nervous about everything that we are getting, I need to talk about the cards to be stressed out. So as I want to have some fun doing the review of some new cards, I think it's funnier putting them on a tier list. So I try to make the cards in tier maker so we can put it on a tier list and have some fun. Let's see how new cards are getting in on this tier list. Because I think we have seen some good cards that I might might be quite playable on this new set, although the meta is quite fixed right now, and it's hard to change this meta that it's so fast and OP, I guess. But whatever, let's talk about new cards. I have to say I'm kinda new to the Final Fantasy TCG. I started playing on 15th of January, and I don't know, man. I don't know why this game has so low many people, because I think it's quite a fun game. I played another TCG, more digital TCGs, but this game is so fun, man. I got addicted, kinda, and I started buying a lot of cards that I needed to play different decks. I'm playing weekly on my locals, and I'm having a lot of fun in this game. Don't know why Square Enix doesn't make more advertising about this card game, because the art is getting cooler, and the game is good, man. It's for me it's a lot better than the other TCGs that are good but not that good, because this game is so versatile and fun, man. But this is for another topic. So we are here to review the new cards of we're getting on Opus 23. So here we go. Let's start for the first card of the week we had. It's Hope. So let's first read Hope. Hope, it's a Cat 13, Job's Ravager Lucy, and it reads like: when Hope enters the field, you may pay X. When you do search for one Cat 13 character of cost X and play it onto the field. First part of the effect, it's quite good. It's like you look for the card you want, just Cat 13, but it's a card that you can play for a lot of years, because every Cat 13 you get printed, this card will get better. So, first effect, quite good, and to search for the exact card is quite a good effect. Although it's weak getting a Materasu, but I think the effect does quite pay off. Although he has another effect, when you duel Hope, you remove it from the game, and at the beginning of your next main phase 1, you play Hope onto the field, so you can use his ability again. So yeah, I think it's a versatile card with growing potential. Right now, there are some few good cards you can look for and play them, but I see the potential of this card. Cat 13 on its decent category. It's for now the only viable play is aggro, but I think this card is good. I won't put him on S tier because it if they Amaterasu you get you lose a lot of value, but I think the versatility it has, it can be. I will put it on tier A just for cat. Although you can see just for cat 13, but it will be main card for this category. It's so good. For me at least. It just yeah. Right now you can get lining, light lining, play it instantly. You can also look for good, really good backups that 13 have. That look for another card that you want. So it's a quite good example of just looking for you want, and they have to kill him because if not, you will get value and value over time. And when I like of this card, it's like right now all the people play Shinryu, so uh, when you play Cat 13, you're quite weak about AoE clears. So if you remove hope on your main phase on their play, they won't be able to kill it, and if they wipe your board next turn, you play hope again, you fill your board again with the hope effect. So I think this makes cat 13 more durable over the time, over the duel, I might say. So I put him on A tier. I mean, I might fail. It might be something that worst. I don't think it's tier S because tier S it has to be some card that it's meta defining and it can fit in a lot of decks and you like a staple. But I think Hope it's quite good. I really like it. I mean, and I'm a cat 13 player, so I want to be a cat 13 player, I might say. But yeah, good card overall. Let's go for the next card that we have here, and it's Garland Backup. When Garland enters the field, choose one forward opponent controls, you gain control of it. It's 2 cost, 5 crystal, and well, it's Job Knight, Cat Pictologica, and Final Fantasy 1. Nothing special about this card. I don't see. I mean, yeah, you can steal good card for one turn, like a Zidane or something like this, but when you play backups, you want to play backups early in the game, and then you will focus more on playing. And the backups you play, you want to make them like a synergy that you can play it earlier in the game, backup that looks for backup, and then you don't need to play more backups later in the game. So it's decent. The effect is not bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something you would put in a deck. Maybe we have to see if there's a searchable backup that can search this card. I think there's one, Opus 1, but there are better ones. So I don't know. I would put C tier. Okay, I mean, yeah, you can play it. It's okay. You will have fun sometimes. It's a fun card. You can take his forward and yeah, fun card, but nothing else. Yeah, you can steal a Warrior of Light and one turn. Yeah, do some damage. Yeah, that's cool. Imagine you're gonna steal a Griffon and then you discard him a card. I don't know. It's like yeah, you kinda make a one turn game change game, but it's not flexible. It's not. Uh, I mean, it's not that good for me. I don't see it. Yeah, it reads well, but for me, won't be that much playable. So let's go for the next card, that is Ishtola. When Ishtola enters the field, choose up to the same number of forwards opponent controllers job sign of 7 down you control. Duel them. Okay, this card, it's a 3 cost, lightning and cat 14, sign of 7 down job. It's not bad, but there are a lot of Ishtolas that are better. I don't think you can put one to make like a finish. It's like a finisher. You put her and then do everything and go all in on on opponent's life. But it's an Ishtola, and there are a lot of good Ishtolas. I don't see this card being that much playable, so I would put it on the C tier. Nothing standing out. You can play to test it and see if you can make a lot of lethals. If it work out, yeah, maybe it can put some tiers up, but for now, I don't see it. Okay, next card is Lightning, the cool card we're getting signed. Oh, it's not here. We have to look her from Discord. Might be here. Yeah. At the start of your attack phase, choose one forward the opponent controls. If you control 2 or more cat 13 forwards, duel it. Okay. I mean, it's 2 cost. Cat 13. It's frost first cost, yes. So this card, it reads so well for me, but there's one main problem. It's a lightning. I mean, lightning it's OP in another card, so wasting a lightning spot in a cat 13 to be a backup, it's bad. I mean, it's you have to get a lot of new 13 cards to make this card really good. But if they print more 13 cards and you don't need the light lightning, this card for me is good. It reads good, 2 cost backup and make that effect. It's quite valuable. I mean, but I think we need more 13 cards. Maybe with the new hope we've talked about and other stuff we get, it can be good. But for now, I don't see it playable. I don't see it playable. So of course we still need to see all the Opus 23, but I will put it for now at tier B because this card will also has a lot of potential. This card could be even tier S if we get good 13 cards. But for now, as what we got for now, it's a tier B. You can play to have fun and duel opponent and go phase and blah blah. But I don't see it right now better than Light Lightning or even the 1 cost Frost Lightning that we are getting reprinted at full art. So we'll have to see. Of course, this is changeable. If we get more 13 card, that might synergy with this. So because I think we will get like a new Caius. If we get the Null, we'll talk later. We'll get like more 13-2 cards, and I think one of them will be Caius. And we'll see what we will get for Cat 13. But for right now, I put it at tier B. Next card, we'll have Black Widow. If you control 2 or more monsters, Black Widow also becomes a forward with 8k power. When Black Widow attacks, you may put 1 monster you control into the break zone. When you do so, choose 1 forward, deal it 9k damage. For me, this effect it reads well, it looks good value. Having 2 monsters is easy in a monster deck. So it will be also a forward with 8k for 2 crystals. and being able to put one monster you control into the break zone that and then deal 9k, and there are some synergy with some monsters that when they are in the break zone do effect, or you can even make the effect of the monster before you do his effect and chain it and do one and another. And I like Black Widow as a monster. I like it. And also it's a 2 cost. You can even play with Realm if you want to make a lightning water monster deck. So I think this monster is good. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I'm liking it. I really like this monster. But monsters, it's hard to evaluate them and putting in a really nice spot of tier. I might put it for now at tier B. It's a good monster, but needs synergy. I think we'll talk about another card that makes synergy with this monster, but I don't know. We should look for monsters that when they get destroyed do effects. And yes, it's a good card. Black Widow is a good card. It's playable for some monster kinda decks. Yes, I don't think there's too much to talk about. Let's go for the next card of the week card. I think we have to also here into the Discord. Okay, I don't know what's the first one. Okay, we talk about Young Exenmile. Let's read it. Young Exenmile is also card name Exenmile in all situations. Pay a crystal. Young Exenmile gains Young Exenmile cannot be chosen by your opponent abilities. Good. And Young Exenmile's power became 10k. Good. This effect does not end at the end of turn. Good. Another effect, pay 1 water, 1 crystal, and duel him. Search for 1 water forward of cost 3 and play it onto the field. You can only use this ability once per turn. Insane. I mean, it reads so well. What I like about this card, it's with just 1 crystal, you make him dodge the Cloud LB. That all the 3 or less cost cards are having trouble to play them because of Cloud LB. So right now this card dodges that. The only main problem this card has is that you need crystal generators and because this card alone cannot make it good. You need first some crystal generators, then you play this, and I think it's good. You can build a deck around him, and all the water 3 there are a lot of water 3 cost cards. We can look for them. If we look for water cards, let's see, water 3 forwards. It says forwards, right? Yeah, forward. So yeah, forward cost 3. Oops, that's something. We'll go first for the last ones because I don't want to look for the more older ones. So what could you play that it's good? Layla, that's a good card. You can look for even a Faris backup. I mean, it's decent, but it's I don't think you can make a viable deck with this. Alphinot enters the field, burn sides 1 duel forward, they control, put into the break zone. So you could look for Alphinot and kill something that it's still decent. Garnet, I don't like to color card because I think it's a mono water card deck with the Exenmile. What more cards there are that look cool? Refia is an insane card, but will you be able to do a Warrior of Light And that card, I think it's hard to build. If it's possible, it just stongs, but I don't think it's possible. Lena. Lena is a good card to play about with that. Rinoa, meh, not good enough. Mock, good card to play with this card. Fremelda. Glaciela, yeah, Glaciela. I think it's the main card you want to play Glaciela because also generates more crystals. I think it's a deck with crystal generators, and then you can play Glaciela also, and you can kill everything with Glaciela. Yeah, I think it's some deck like this. Lightning is also a good card to play. Tidus, even Saramovius, it's some kinda crystal generator, and you can play it. So yes, we still have to know more cards to be printed August 23, and there might be a lot, a new 3 cost water cards. I think it's a good card overall. It's not a steer because you need. It's not meta defining. It would be possible to make a deck and the card and build a deck around this card, but no, it won't be meta defining. But it's good. It's good, and I think it's tier A. I think it's tier A. Maybe I'm wrong, but for now I see it as like this. Let's go for the next one. It's Young Rahal. Young Rahal is also card named Rahal in all situations. When Young Rahal enters the field, gain 2 crystals. When Young Rahal enters the field or attacks, all the water forwards you control gain +2 power until the end of turn. So it fits well with the card we talked before. You get crystals to play more crystal stuff, or you can play it with Accent Mile, but I don't see it just for this. I don't see it. I mean, is it worth 3 cost having 2 crystals? Yeah, it's not that bad. Also, yeah, it's not bad. How many attack has? 7k. Yeah, it's not bad. Not that good. It's better the other one, but this is not bad. I'd say the tier B, but just because it fits well with all the water pack that would be able to play with X and Mile, but I don't know, it's C or B. C or B. Let's put it at B, let's be generous, but I don't see it. It might be a C if the other card doesn't fit too well, right? Or it's not possible to make a good crystal water deck. But for now, let's put it at B. I don't know if I said this, but I'm kind of new to the game. I might have bad takes about the game. I started playing on this January, and although I've been so addicted, so I've been playing every week. I've been playing with people that I think they know well the game because they played since the start of the game and they play quite competitively. And but yes, I don't know. I might make some mistakes. So be friendly, man. And of course, it's just my opinion. Everyone's opinion is welcome, and you can say uh, everything you want in the commentaries about all these cards. So let's continue. The next we have it's Venat. We have something of Venat here. Yes. When Venat enters the field, gain 2 crystals. Yeah, we are getting some crystal stuffs. When Venat is put from the field into the break zone, you may pay 1 crystal. When you do, choose one forward, remove it from the game. Pay 2 crystals, duel, search for 1 card, and add it to your hand. It reads well. For me, it reads well. It's playable. It's slow. It's a slow card, but it's a good blocker also, no 9k. So you can pay this for 4. If they want to attack, you can trade your card and then remove something else. That's good at the first point. And if not, if you play a crystal deck, you will look for the cards you want. And this looks like it fits with the new Exile. So it looks good, and it could fit a lot more decks. That's a valuable point to make this card good. I don't know if to put it at tier A. It might be something in between B and A. Let's put it the last day. I think it's good, even if it's low. I think looking for the card you want for 2 crystals and a duel. That's the cost you play. It's like play 4 and next turn if they don't kill it, you just look for the card you want of the deck, so you can make crazy things happen. The only main problem I see with this card is you might not be able to play it if the other guy doesn't have any forward or just one forward. I mean, not just if they don't have forward and they have something to clear it next turn, you will have 2 crystals, but you won't make any value of it. You just played 4 for 2 crystals, even though it's not that bad. So I like it. I like that. Let's put tier A, yes. Yeah, let's put it tier A. Next card. We have Kuja. It's a limit break. Limit break costs 2 and it costs 5 crystals. When Kuja is chosen by your opponent's summon or ability, choose up to 1 forward, freeze it. Duel active Kuja, choose 1 forward, duel it. Okay, this card. You have to compare these to Surges. If you look for Surges, you look this card, it's another LB, it's just cost 1 LB, 3 crystals. You can choose to duel, to freeze. You at first glance you say, oh, Surges, it's just better, because if you want to duel, you play just 3 and duel it, and you might have lethal, or if you want to make them freeze and get some time, you freeze the forward. And you just play 3, and the other card with red, you have to play 5 to just duel 1. And you also have to duel this card to make duel the other one. So at first glance, it looks worse, but I don't think we have to watch it from this point. I think the card, you just play it. You don't want to duel at that moment. You just want to have it active. And in the opponent's, people look at it like it has to be an offensive card. And for me, this is a defensive card. It's like in the opponent's turn, if he plays something or he wants to attack with something that is annoying, every turn you will do it. And if he and if the opponent wants to stop and kill Kuja, you will also duel it, duel his monster, and also freeze it. So it's kind of hard to evaluate if these are Surges. Of course, Surges just is burning 1 limit. Its limit break costs 1, and for me that's relevant because every Opus, new Opus will be a lot of more limit breaks, and it will be harder to fit limit break cards. But I don't think it's not that bad, Kuja. It might be. It might have some kind of play, although it's hard to evaluate him or Surges. It depends on the deck, but I don't dislike him. I would say I don't dislike him. It's not a super tier. It's a standard. But it kind of make you gain time. For me, it's a card you want to play slow and gain time, and then maybe it could fit in mono eyes control deck. The cards that are printing like having 5 ice backups and all that stuff value, and you play Kuja and try to win time with this card, making duels every time of her mini her forwards and freezing if they, yeah. But I don't know if this might be meta changing the findings, so I'll put it in good C, and it might be in between C and B. We've put some tier, I put C and B, but for now let's put it in C. Okay, next card. A card that I really like. The art. It's so intimidating. This chaos. It's scaring, man. You look at this chaos and you say, "Oh, I'm fucked, man." He will destroy something and make me cry, and that's it. And that's it. He will destroy something and make you cry because you also discard. So let's read this card. It's a 4 cost. It's a forward chaos and job chaos and cat 1. When chaos enters the field, you may remove 5 job chaos in your break zone and or monsters in your break zone from the game. When you do so, your opponent selects 1 forward that you control, put it into the break zone. Your opponent discards 2 cards and also has a special flair. Put the top 10 cards of your deck into the break zone. 2 chaos deals your opponent 1 point of damage. Oh, yes, for me it reads well. It's a good card. The only problem right now is all the job chaos cards are really bad. So for me right now it just fits in a monster deck. But monster decks aren't bad. You can quite every time monsters are getting better, and I think you can make a monster deck with this card. And the effect is good to make a deck around him. So I think it's tier A because it also, with the new monster we've talked before, it combined well, and also I think it would fit in a lightning water monster deck with also realm that you play monsters and you have value of monsters. And let's put A. I think this card also will get better and it could be even tier S in later Opus when we get more monsters, more job chaos. This card will be insane. Destroying. Your opponent selects one forward they control, so this is a bad thing, but you make him discard 2 cards, man, and kill a forward. It's so good. The effect is it's so valuable. It's like just for playing for this effect. If if you can make a deck that can fit this card and make it easy playable, this card is stonks. For now, I'll put it here. Of course, he says putting 10 cards, it looks like an Final Fantasy VIII, but I don't know. I don't think this will be able to play in a Final Fantasy VIII deck. I don't think so. For me, it's a monster deck, and it might be a chaos deck one day if we get more job chaos. I think we'll get more chaos printed this opus, and we can talk as this card will be maybe meta. But for me, it's so good. It's like Chaos Arc, but not cheating. You don't cheat with this card. With Chaos Arc, you cheat, and it's not funny. For me, it's not funny. The Shark deck, it's like, yeah, they play. If you have Shantoto play, they play Chaos for free, and they just Arc for free, killing a forward, stealing your forward. You discard two. The value play is insane, and this card, it looks more standard. It's more uh, fair. It's fair, but it's good. For me, it's good. For me, it reads well. It's good. Tier A. Okay, next card. The next card, I think, it's OP as fuck. It's an LB. Limit break cost 2. You need to play 6 crystals. Cat 15. When Luna Fairy enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card among them to your hand and return the other cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. If the card added to your hand has an X burst, you may trigger its X burst effect. I mean, holy shit, this card is insane. Because I value LBs differently. It reads cost 6, so for me, when it's an LB, you have to reduce 2 to cost. For me, it's cost 4, and doing this effect, just if you get an X burst card, like Odin, the value is insane. And if you play, a lot of decks play like 30 X bursts or 25 to 30 X bursts, so you will always get an X burst card. The value is insane, and also an LB that you can deep in your deck, get the card you want deeping. It's a card that in every 22 plus exports will be playable. For me, it's in S tier. It's meta. Everyone will play it, at least one in water decks or cards that can play this card. So for me, it's meta. This card is meta. It will be meta, and for that, it's S tier. Don't know. I don't know if we have to talk anything more about this card, but why would you not put this LB in a deck that you have 30 X burst? Every time you get an X burst, you draw a card, and also the effect of X burst. So it might be 4 cost, drawing 2 cards. What the fuck, man? And if you get Odins or something that break, it's even better. You break something opponent has, get a card. It's insane. It's insane. They clearly, it's a toxic card for me, because X burst for me is a mechanic that's making the game random, and for me it's not a good mechanic. It's every time you attack, if you are facing an X burst deck, it's please don't be that X burst. Boom, you get Odin, he breaks, or you get Leviathan, and you get fucked, man. X burst should be effects that change little. The best X burst should be draw a card to try to get something cool, but the X burst like Tyro, that you get the card you want, the forward you want, the X burst like you kill a beacon forward from the other, and all of that X burst, it's luck. It's just pure luck. So, but it is another topic. But the card is good. Let's say that. Tier S. Nothing more to say. There's another hope here. I don't know why. Next card. Next fucking card. Let's see what it's not here. Okay. 2 cost, class 0 cadet, type 0. When Jack enters the field, put the top 3 cards of your deck into the break zone. 7k. I can just think about FF8 cat card, but I don't know if they want to make also class 0 throwing cards to the break zone. For me, this card doesn't read well. Yeah, to cost 7k, but don't see anything about this card. I don't know. For me, it's D tier. I'm sorry, but it's D tier, not playable right now until we see more cards. I don't know, man. Don't see anything good about this card. I might be wrong, but putting 3 cards from my deck to the break zone, if there are cards that when they are in the break zone make effects like another game like Yu-Gi-Oh and make effects from the break zone, and yeah, this card would be good. But for now, I don't see it. And Final Fantasy VIII Cat 8, I mean, it's they have better cards to do this effect, so I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I'm sorry. Next card is Jesse Job Avalanche Operative Cat 7. It has two effects. Cost 2 dual, choose one Cat 7, and plus 1k power till the end of turn, and one card Cloud, 2k power until the end of turn. 2 cost, Avalanche Operative. I think if you want to play this card in a Cat 7 deck, it's good. Why not? 2 cost that has good effect. I don't know about Cat 7 if they have some cards some backups to look for this backup. If this is a possibility, then it's good. It's nothing crazy, but with Cloud, maybe they'll print a Cloud, something that also combo with this. I can think of Cloud of Opus 14 that makes a good combo with this. But overall, it's not a bad card. It's good in what she does. So nothing crazy, decent, good. Let's put it as a lightning because it's just for some kind of decks. Yeah, tier B. Don't know. I don't really know this card. I people that plays Cat 7 might have some more reasons to evaluate this, and maybe it's better. Don't know. For now, I put it tier B because it will be playable with Cat 7, Avalanche of Operative deck. Yeah, that's it. Next card, Hope. Hope. Noel. Noel. Noel, right? Okay, cost 5, expensive, forward, Job Commando, and Cat 13. It has Warp 3, quite timely, and it has haste and first strike. At the start of your attack phase, for each Cat 13 character you control, remove one Warp counter from Noel. This ability will only trigger while Noel is removed from the game and has a Warp counter, blah blah blah. Okay. For me, this card it reads well, the same or as close as Stinian, Opus 20 Stinian. That it's a card you warp it for just one cost because it's one cost warping it, and next turn you have to be able to play it instantly with haste first strike and make a damage. So it's a card that for me it's good, but to be good you have to have 2 Cat 13 played on the board. So if you have these cards and making him on the next turn attack, it's good. But I think it's like Stinian. Although Stinian, you don't need any requisite. You warp it, next turn you play it, and you make 2 attacks. So you make double attacks. So for a standalone card, Stinian is better, but for Cat 13, this card also makes you combo with Light Lightning. So this card can make you draw, can make you also do, can make you do all the effects Light Lightning does. So in Cat 13, I value more this card than Stinian, although Stinian is being played on Cat 13 to make damages. So yeah, for me it's a good card. It's a good card on Cat 13, and yes, why not? I would evaluate him on Cat 13, although I don't know if put it. It might be an A. Why not? For me, it's an A. It will be main card in card 13 if you want to play it with green, and hope it's green, Noel green. Yes, for me it will be a card. It's better than the other Noel. And the other Noel is so slow. You need 3 damages to start doing something. But I mean the other green Noel, although cat 13 has a good Noel that it's lining, but I don't think cat 13 is going lining. I think it's kind of going wind and ice, or wind and fire, and maybe Hope can this new card Hope can make cat 13 play 3 colors, but 4 is quite greedy. So yes, I think this card is good to make a cat 13 deck, and I think we'll get more cards of cat 13 and make him better. I might be biased of cat 13, might be tier B and not that good because it's just for cat 13 especially. Yeah, this is something I would put him on tier B because it's just cat 13. You cannot be this card cannot be played on another deck. It's just cat 13 deck. So yeah, I'm being biased of cat 13 here. If I have to mentally be objective, this might be here. This might be here. But yes, for me it's a good. Let's put A last A, yeah, because making having this warp, they cannot kill it. What you want with cat 13 is the opponent to not clear your board, and then in your turn play lining and stongs with other forwards. So if they are warped or removed and they get on your turn on your board, and they have haste, you make all the attacks. At least you need to do 3 attacks. So it would be lining Noel, and if you have another haste cat 13, you make 3 attacks out of nowhere. This equals 4 damage and drawing 2 cards. So yes, I like it. I really like this card. Next card. I might be quite slowly talking about the cards, but whatever. What card is Frimelda? Cost Force, Job Sword Saint, Final Fantasy Tactics 2. At the start of your attack phase, if you have 4 more elements among the characters you control, choose one of the following. So they're printing another 4-color card. Choose one forward, it loses 2k power for each element among characters you control until the end of turn. Play 1 forward of cost 4 or less from your hand to the field. Okay. It's beyond busted. I mean, in 4-color, it's already a deck that it's meta. Why won't you play this? You can play free 4-color Warrior of Light. You can it's a card they have to kill her, because if not, every turn you will kill something. So for me, this card, it looks S tier right now. For me, it looks good. Although I don't like cards that when you play them doesn't make an impact instantly, but it's an insane target, and the effect can be made in the turn you play her. So if you play it and the opponent doesn't do anything in your attack phase, starts, do the effect. If they don't have a Materasu, you make value already. So, and every turn they are not able to kill it. It makes insane value for me. S tier. I mean, what can be, man, always the four color stuff is getting better. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, four color cards have to be better because you need to play four colors. It's not easy to play four colors, but this card is good. Why? I mean, every turn kill something, or every turn play a cost four or less. I mean, from free, it's good. It's fucking good. So, and because it matches a meta card that like Warrior of Light, for me this is meta. It's a meta card. That's it. Nothing more to talk about it. Everything reads well. Just Amaterasu stops her, so I mean not just Amaterasu, but as a meta card, yes. So yeah, no, I don't know. We could look for all the cost forwards that you can be able to play, but the only one that you get interested is about Warrior Blight, so it's okay. Let's go for the last two cards. One is Bahamut. Bahamut. Choose one forward of power 5 costs. Card 9. Choose one forward of power 9 or less, and up to one forward in your opponent's break zone. Remove them from the game. For me, this card is expensive. I mean, the effect is good, but if this card costs, for me, this card to be good, it should be cost. It will be quite good. Cost 3, like Titan. You can just play this card with 5 crystals and make this effect. It would be good. But cost 5, removing a forward and on the break zone and in the field, I don't know. For me, it's expensive. If it was cost 4, I would say it's fine. But I think we have better Bahamuts, like the Opus 21, that you also remove and in your turn cost 3. I don't see as a 2 cost plus removing it from also one forward from the break zone. So don't know. I don't see it good. I might be wrong, but I don't see anything good from this card to cost. Maybe I'm wrong because maybe there are a lot of cards that when they got breaked, they got in the break zone, they make effects, but I don't know, man. No, not looking good for me. And I might be crazy, but I put it on tier D. I think it's not playable card. Not a playable card. Now they will print something like Bahamut will cost 3 less, if you know, whatever. For now, for me, this card is not playable. Next card. I might be crazy, right? You can say it on the comments, but next card is Kite Seed. Limit break cost 3, quite expensive. 6 crystals cost. For me, backups, this costs 4. Job Doll, Cat 7. Let's read. It has Brave. Oh. When Kite Seed enters the field, if you control 5 or more ice backups, freeze all backups, your opponent's controls, and your opponent discards one card from the hand to the break zone. For me, this card is insanely good. I mean, you can just play this card with 5 ice backups. It's just for mono ice. Mono ice is not meta deck. I mean, it's not tier 0, tier 1 deck. But for that deck, it's tier S. For that deck, it's tier S. I mean, you'll play it, yes. And for me, it's you are winning cost. So you freeze 5. You will freeze 5 backups from the opponent. if you are playing versus a control deck or versus a deck that is trying to make a challenge over the turns versus aggro deck. This is not a good card, but you'll have it on the limit break. That's a good point. You play Surges, you'll play Kuja, you'll play Victoria, but having you will have one of these for sure in every mono ice deck, for sure. Because for me it reads like it costs 4, you freeze 5, and you also discard a card, and it has Brave, 8k power, it's decent. So for me this card, it's tier S. Tier S, it, I would say tier A, not tier, if we want to talk about meta, mono ice, it's hard to be meta because it's slow, it has some flaws, and but the card, it will be playable in every mono ice deck. So I would put good tier A, because I don't want to be that generous with decks that are not that meta defining, but it's refining the ice, mono ice. Maybe with if they implement more cards, the 5 ice backups play mono ice stuff, and it would be good because they are printing good cards for mono ice. Every Opus, there will be a point that it will be a good deck. So yes, I will put it near A and S. And for now, the new cards for me look like this. I have a lot of doubts about a lot of cards we've talked, but yes, let's say it's something between these. I might be wrong in a lot of stuff, but I hope you enjoyed. I want you to make comment about if I'm crazy and I'm a noob, and because I'm new to the game, I'm reading everything from my point of view. I've never topped any tournament, and there are a lot of guys that play really well, know have a lot of knowledge of the game. But I wanted to have fun making this tier list. I also want you to have fun with this tier list, and I hope you can at least also make you think about all the cards we've talked. And if you can share your experience, that would be really enjoyable. So, really, thanks for hearing my thoughts, and I hope I can make more videos like this. So, bye bye.